Your life can be turned upside down in an instant. Don't let their negligence go unanswered. Call Wedemark Keith today. It's more to us. It's personal.
I'm sure you've been enjoying getting outside lately, enjoying your front or back porch, perhaps the patio in the back, but before long, the mosquitoes are going to begin to be an issue and you're going to all be running indoors unless you call Robert Lathrop and his team at Mosquito Joe. Good to see you.
Thank you.
And it's not just mosquitoes anymore.
No, we're doing full perimeter pest. We've always had ticks and fleas as well. We're also adding stinging insects.
So, okay, I'm going to use my house as an example. I've got this great back porch off of our kitchen, covered with an awning, and we sit out there all of the time and enjoy the view until a certain time of year when it just gets muggy and the mosquitoes come and other pests too. So how would you treat things at my house?
Yeah, everything starts, of course, with an inspection of the property. We customize the treatment to each property. We don't come out with pre-mixed chemicals in a big vat. Everything is done for you. So we'll start with an inspection. We larvicide to control them at the larval stage before they become an adult. And then we move on to a barrier spray. So we'll spray around the property, any shrubbery, trees, under decks, anywhere the mosquito is going to try to get out of the heat of the day.
So, for example, near that porch, I've got 3 hydrangea bushes. There's a good chance they're lurking in there because they get some dense, dark space there?
Absolutely. Now, if those are under flower, of course, we don't want to harm any bees, pollinators, the butterflies, etc. So we'll actually use a little different treatment under those that creates an off gas to prevent them from even wanting to be there.
Okay, I'm so glad that you said that because, this is never rehearsed when we're talking, and I didn't want to insult you by asking about the pollinators, but that is a concern. So you're not damaging them.
Nope. In fact, we have a pollinator protection program that all of our technicians go through. We publish it on our website. Anyone's welcome to go out and read about it. And the chemicals that we use, we start with botanicals on every property.
Okay.
We only move to a synthetic if it's absolutely necessary, or in the very, very heat of the summer, we can drop down to one to get a little bit more protection.
And I know that the true environmentalists out there are going to say, well, something needs to eat those mosquitoes, which is true. So you're just pushing them away to a different area. You're not.
No, it does kill them. However, once the botanical is dry on the leaf, it is pollinator safe. So they're not going to uptake that.
But there are enough mosquitoes to go around. The ones that are left can find somewhere else to go.
Absolutely.
Okay, then there are people who deal a lot with wasps and things like that. Now that's part of the expanded service you're offering?
Yeah, absolutely. We can take care of those wasps. Anything from, the big balls in a tree, bald-faced hornets, all the way through just the little paper wasp.
Do you deal with carpenter bees at all?
No.
Okay.
Carpenter bees are a pollinator.
Okay.
So we stay away from them.
So you
They're
stay away
actually
from
beneficial. Unfortunately, they're not beneficial to a deck, but
right.
They actually require special licensing anyways from the state to take care of.
Okay, let's go way back to the very beginning because I didn't let you elaborate on this. But you do not come, you said, with a prefab formula.
Right.
So you want to see what their environmental situation is and tailor it.
Yeah, we want to know exactly what the problem areas are. So we'll look for areas of standing water or where water may stand after a rain. It may not be wet now, but after a heavy downpour or something, it may not hold enough water to.
Right. Yeah, okay, I'm going to think about my yard again. And I have this one side where it tends to be a little bit damp on that one side. So that could be.
Yeah, and we'll tend to put down, anything, a cup or a cap full of water from a water bottle, that can harbor about 500 eggs. So we'll look for those spots and we'll treat them. We're actually using a new larvicide this year that's certified organic. It's fish safe, amphibian safe. It's something only we offer now.
So if somebody if they call you today and you come out, what's your lead time?
Typically we can get to you within a day or 2 days at the most times. Yep.
So let's say that you're at somebody's house midweek next week. So the season will just be starting.
Yeah.
Will they need to have treatment again?
Yeah, so our typical treatment, we start everybody on what we call a signature service. And that really, if you start early in March, we typically won't start you on that, and we'll just start at the 21-day cycle. So every 21 days we come back and we retreat your property.
Okay.
We re-examine everything. But as it starts getting warmer, it's wetter now, we start everybody on a signature treatment, which we come out at that first treatment. Then we come out 7 days later and we do a free treatment. and then we come back for the third treatment 21 days after that first one, and that really gets a jump on the season.
Do you get into the crawl spaces if people have?
We don't.
Okay.
We are strictly outdoors.
So you're just
we
looking
want to
at-
prevent the pest from coming inside.
Got it. If you have kind of a deep lot with a lot of vegetation or woods even around, are you going to treat in the distance as well as close to the house?
And that's part of us customizing to you. We want to know where you're using your yard. We're not going to, if you have a 5-acre property,
Right.
it doesn't make sense to treat 5 acres. So we want to find out where you're at,
Yeah.
using your property, and then we'll treat that.
500 eggs in 1 cap full of water?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
I don't want to
unbelievable how
even
they
do the
breed.
math in my head for what might be. And they're breeding every 21 days. New eggs are hatching.
Yeah, typically it's about 25 to 28 days. So we want to be on that 21-day cycle to keep ahead of that breeding cycle.
Okay, so here we sit. You come out. You do that first initial treatment. You come back 7 days later. Is that what you said?
Yep.
And then 21 days again after that. And then
21 days after the first one.
after
so
the
it'll be
first
14
one.
after this.
And then do you just keep that going every 3 weeks?
Yep, every 3
until
weeks.
the season's over.
Every 3 weeks after that, till the season's over. However, our customers, we don't have any contracts. You're in control. If you're going to
Right.
be out of town for a month, we can pause that service.
Right.
We don't necessarily recommend it, but we will, help be flexible with your needs.
Well, let me tell you, if it allows me to eat my hamburger on the back porch all throughout the summer, that is a great outreach. So I thank you for
Thank you.
coming.
Thank you for having
It's
me.
Mosquito Joe. Here's where you can get him coming to your house, Chattanooga.mosquitojoe.com. Again, everything is going to be tailored to your specific vegetation and the needs and the way you use your property. Their phone number 558-0631.
The reviews are in for Century Roofing, and they are awesome. Don't take our word for it. Century Roofing is Google 5-star rated because your home deserves the best roof on the block.
Welcome to the CHA Spotlight. This CHA Spotlight is jam-packed with culture. It's the 20th season of the Chattanooga Market
Expect a different theme every weekend.
from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m.
Just go to the First Horizon Pavilion right next to Finley Stadium.
You gotta be here. This is the CHA Spotlight at visitchattanooga.com.
Meet Fargo, the new